Hello, and welcome to this demo of Astra Control Service on Google Kubernetes Engine. We'll show you how to address the data protection, disaster recovery, auditing, and migration requirements for your business-critical modern applications. As demo environment, we've prepared two GKE clusters, Demo GKE1 and Demo GKE2 in Google Kubernetes Engine in different regions. A WordPress application with persistent volumes is installed in the Demo GKE1 cluster, which we'll manage and protect with Astra Control Service. Let's start with a quick look at the Astra Control dashboard. Astra Control Service is a fully managed service by NetApp. It leverages Astra Trident as storage orchestrator and Cloud Volume Service for Google Cloud as persistent storage service. If you want to try out Astra Control Service, you can sign up for a free plan and manage up to 10 apps for free. We have added the first demo cluster to Astra Control already, so it shows up as one managed compute in the dashboard. Now let's add our WordPress application to Astra Control. Astra Control regularly scans the managed clusters and discovers applications automatically, so we see WordPress in the list of discovered applications already. We can drill down and see the details that Astra discovered, persistent volume claims, as well as Kubernetes objects like pods, deployments, replica sets, and custom configs like secrets. The easiest way to add the application is to select WordPress based on its namespace and add it to Astra Control. Going back to the dashboard, we see that one application is now managed by Astra Control and that it's not fully protected yet. We don't have backups or a backup schedule yet. So let's protect our WordPress application in the next step. We can do this in the Data Protection tab in the Details view of the application. First, let's create an on-demand snapshot. Snapshots are stored locally and are based on the proven ONTAP snapshot technology, fast and no performance impact. Snapshots protect us against things like accidental deletion and ransomware attacks already, as we can roll back the application to a previous snapshot now. While the snapshot is being taken, we can create a protection policy, scheduling hourly snapshots and daily backups, for example. We use the default bucket as backup destination. After a final review of the protection policy information, we configure it. We're still missing a recent backup. If we don't want to wait until the scheduled daily backup run to be fully protected, we can also create an on-demand backup. We choose to backup from our existing snapshot and to store the backup in the default buckets. Backups are stored externally in object storage buckets, so having a backup now also protects us from a failure of primary storage or the loss of a whole region. While the backup is being taken, let's modify the WordPress application a bit. Let's give it a different title for demonstration purposes. So we change the site title to Astra Control Demo and quickly verify the change. Meanwhile, the backup finished successfully, and with snapshot and backup policies in place, our application is fully protected now. In the next step, we will add the second cluster to Astra Control. We do this in the cluster view in the Add Compute dialog, where we can select the cloud provider, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, and Amazon Web Services, which will be supported soon. To discover existing compute in the Google Cloud Platform, we defined a service account already, and its credentials have already been uploaded to Astra Control. Our second cluster, Demo GKE2, was discovered successfully, and we can configure the storage service in the next step. Astra Control will install and configure Trident and Cloud Volume Service with 3 storage classes. Let's choose the standard class as default storage class and review the configuration. If we're happy with it, we can add our second compute and see what Astra discovered about the new cluster. 3 worker nodes. No persistent volumes are defined in the cluster yet, and we can see the 3 newly created storage classes for the Cloud Volume Service storage. Now we can use the second cluster to demonstrate how to clone our application to it. For example, to test new workloads against it or to analyze application errors that happened. In the application details view of the WordPress app, we can initiate the clone process, assign a name to the clone and define the new namespace for the cloned application. Choose the destination compute, demo GKE2 in our case. As we want to go back to the initial state of the WordPress application, we choose the first on-demand snapshot we took at the beginning of this demo as clone source. After reviewing the clone information, we start the clone process. While the clone operation is running, let's have a look at the activity page of the Astra dashboard. We can see that Astra Control tracks who did what, when, and indicates the severity of the actions. And we can filter by app, severity, user, and time. Setting relative, absolute, and predefined time ranges. From the support page, we can go to the repository of all knowledge base articles on NetApp Cloud Services, including the articles on Astra Control. The official Astra Control service documentation can also be reached from the support page. You can get help from the community via the Slack channel, send us an email with feedback, and open support cases from here. In the buckets view, we can see the details of the object buckets used to store the backups. For each cloud provider, a bucket is automatically created by Astra Control Service. But we can also add further buckets and change the default bucket if we want. Checking back in the application page, we see the cloning process finished in the meantime, and the cloned application should be ready on cluster demo GKE2. By the way, the protection policies of an application will not be cloned and can be configured if needed. To check the cloned WordPress app, let's find out its external IP address. And connect to it. So we see the cloned WordPress site is in its initial state before the name change and is ready to use. Thank you for your attention.